What's going on, traders? It's Ricky with TechBit Solutions. Hope that you guys are all having a great start to your, I guess not kind of a start, right? So in this video, I'm going to be breaking down a couple different stocks that I see value in for this upcoming month. Again, this is my opinion. You should never trade based off other people's opinion. One of the biggest suggestions that I could have for someone that's just getting started is to become more knowledgeable in understanding direction, patterns, and developing your own opinion when it comes down to like these different series of trades or potential investments, right? So like if I were to say, hey, buy my iPhone X for, $10,000, would that make sense to you? No, because it's not a good deal, and you understand it because of common knowledge. You should at least have common knowledge about the stock market, the patterns, and the way that they trade before actually investing your hard-earned money. So I hope you learned something new in this video. I'm going to be sharing my screen just so you guys can see exactly what it is that I'm looking at. This is the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform. This is what I use. You simply do not have to use this platform. And yeah, everyone always asks like what platform I use and stuff like that. I also did want to give you guys a quick little update. Sorry I let you guys down. I did this little poll in my Instagram of like, should I continue to trade? I ended up closing the day at $5,451. 100% great, amazing day, huge day. With my swing trade position that I took of 300 shares on Friday before the market closed. Not too sure. Actually, I don't think I talked about my travel too much. Only the people that were part of Learn Plan Profit were able to like kind of understand what was going on that day. So on Friday, a lot of you guys know that I've filmed a video with Jubilee before. They're the ones that featured me in that video where like it talked about how much money I made in comparison to the different individual. They featured me in another video. So I flew out to LAX literally right after my live stream with Learn Plan Profit. I closed it even I think a little early. Flew out to California, filmed on set a new episode for like 5 or 7 hours, had lunch or dinner, and then flew back, got back here at around 11 o'clock. So that was my day on Friday. I wasn't able to go live. And again, it just comes down to the understanding of like my day-to-day tasks and stuff like that. One of the things that I did do is right before I actually got in the car and stuff like that, and before I took off, I set an OCO bracket for my position on DGAS, and unfortunately got stop lossed out. One of the things that I was doing when I was hanging out with Nick, for those that are familiar with who that is, I ended up taking a position on ticker symbol DGAS, 300 shares, which then I was able to sell for a swing trade. I think it was a little bit under $4,000 profit as soon as the market opened. So it had a really nice push up when the market opened. Again, my overall P&L was about $5,236, and a majority of that was just being able to scalp the margins that it had during pre-market hours and stuff like that. So I wanted to talk about I'm going to talk about natural gas very quickly. Something very simple and something that you guys could all pay attention to. On the 180-day chart, again, we talked about the SMA line. I talked about the descending SMA line 2 weeks ago. I talked about the descending pattern about 2 weeks ago as well. That natural gas was, in a sense, downtrending. Now, check this out. We're at a similar support that it was at before. I talked about this yesterday when I made that video right before the Sunday Stock Talk, with the overall support at 2.88 for natural gas. It doesn't mean that it actually has to bounce there. It just means that that was a previous support as well. We might see around this general area that it's going to begin to consolidate. And again, that's maybe when we can see a nice little push up on natural gas. We don't know. A lot of people are talking about a cold weather forecast coming up in the near future. Great. We need the news for it to act as a catalyst to drive the price up. Until then, it's kind of just like waiting, right? So as of right now that it pulled back so much and that it corrected itself back to its old support, now I kind of just want to give it a little bit more time, not swing trade it, and solely focus on the day trade, in a sense, like margins or opportunity cost that it has to offer. A very similar pattern, in my opinion, on forward/GC. Check this out. So altogether, we pushed above $1,300 for forward/GC. This looks a little weird because I do these little boxes telling me when it's a little bit more on the overbought side. One thing that I wanted to point out is when you look at JDST, which is the Bear Gold ETF, check the previous support that I had, right around like $44, $45. And it pushed up, got rejected around 55, sold right back off. Again, we're approaching this previous support. It does not mean that it has to bounce there. It just means that it has before. So it might try to consolidate. Again, forward/GC, just looking at it, it's not a good deal. It's aggressively pushing up. It's overbought, overextended. It makes sense on why it would be due for a pullback. I understand that the overall direction of gold is pushing up. Yes. But it's not a good deal anymore. So looking at JNUG, right, and putting that into perspective, it's not a good deal anymore. Yes, it can still continue to push up, but how much more? And is it going to consolidate and then correct itself back to how it has before, below that EMA line again? And you can look at previous patterns. You can see kind of like the way that it pushes up when it becomes overbought, how it consolidates, and then it begins to truly downtrend, and the direction is very clear then. So if you want to wait for that 100%, just wanted to make sure that we pointed out the obvious, because I know a lot of people have been focusing on gold-based ETFs. One thing that I also did want to talk about is /CL. Overbought. Yes, it's above the SMA line, but it's been doing a lot of consolidation after it's pushed up. So the MACD is catching up, and so is the RSI. They're becoming a little bit more in that buy territory. But again, no true understanding of if this thing is going to continue to push up. My alert is set at 55, or if this thing's going to break below the SMA line. And again, I have my alert for this thing to potentially break the support right around that $51 price point. /NQ, very similar pattern to /CL. Again, this is the NASDAQ future. It was trending up, now it's trending down. What did we talk about? It's pushing up, it's consolidating, and it makes sense on why this thing can continue to downtrend once we have the confirmation. I have my alert for the break below 6,600 and then my break below 6,500 as well. I'll set my alert for the break above 68 because as much as it could go down, it could go up. But again, why is this important to pay attention to /NQ? Well, if it begins to sell off, then we might want to pay attention to, SQs, right? As this one does the opposite of whatever TQs does. And then TQs goes into correlation of /NQ. And the actual stock that I wanted to talk about today is Tesla. So we have up and coming earnings, right? So today's the 28th. On the 30th, so on Wednesday, there's going to be an earnings report for Tesla. Tesla is the only company that I'm personally watching because of its current price point, its overall horizontal pattern, me being able to identify the low points, the high points. One of the things that I was talking to with Chris about today is kind of like how Tesla has been trading and how every single earnings, yes, they are like they've never reported to be in profit, but every single earnings and the different actions that they are taking and laying off a certain amount of their workforce are an effort to every single time that they've reported their earnings, progressively they've lost less money. And again, you're like, okay, well, they're still losing money, but it's a progression, right? And it's leading to one day being eventually profitable, which can be something very attractive, especially in the lucrative kind of niche that Tesla is in. And again, I'm a huge fanboy of the Teslas, and I have to understand that. But when it comes down to the technicals and when it comes down to previous patterns, again, anything around like that 250, 260 area, if we can get a negative catalyst that drives the price down, we can get that consolidation. The margin of profit, even for a $300 stock, is something that I find personally very attractive, especially maybe if I want to swing trade it with my Fidelity account. But yeah, this is the only stock that I want to talk about. All the other ones are ETFs and ETNs. So yeah, I mean, that's really just it. Let's see. What's going on? What's going on, Ethan? All the way from Toronto. Super happy to have you tune on in. What's going on, William? What's up? What's up? Yeah. So again, and all these things that I was talking about, these certain price point overall direction. If you're struggling to kind of understand maybe like what it is that I'm saying, and you might think that you have it in mind, but you still want to practice it. That's why we try to empower our members to focus on paper trading, right? If you're someone that's just getting started, there's a huge learning curve when it just comes down to like learning the mechanics, learning the foundation of like how to really trade successfully and consistently, because anyone can get lucky from time to time, but again, it's those that can do it on a consistent basis that's the most important. So you're not here just to profit for a day, but you're here to an effort to hopefully profit for a couple months. So the reason that I'm talking about like natural gas and gold and /yields or crude oil and then Tesla and stuff like that, those are all ones that I see value in based on my understanding. If you don't see value in any of them, 100%. So this title of these being the top stocks for me, right? The top stock picks for me, that's my opinion. And we're all entitled to our own. And one of the things that I want you guys to know is like we're all wired in different ways. So as long as you develop your own unique style of trading and you cherry pick the best practices that you find attractive from other traders and you develop your own, that's what's most important. So again, we do have a free group. We have the largest one out there on Facebook. We have over 185,000 members. It's the first link in the description, and you're more than welcome to join if you see value. If not, I 100% understand. I also do run the largest YouTube channel for those who invest in the stock market. We have nearly 500,000 subscribers. Feel free to check out the channel, a bunch of free videos. If you are looking for a more direct way on how to work with me and stuff like that, then the only option that I offer is the Learn, Plan, Profit lesson library. You get a lifetime access to the Learn Plan Profit course. You get a lifetime access to the Learn Plan Profit Discord chat. And then you also get to watch me trade live every single day. So you hear me talk about that all the time if you watch any of my videos. And I trade live with them at Market Open every single day. And again, if you want to learn more about that, if you have like 3 minutes, click that second link in the description and simply learn a little bit more about what's included. What's going on, Chad? What's up? What's up? Dude, what's going on in China? Oh yeah. So I actually wish Chris was here. I think he might actually be heading to bed. But Chris is our giveaway winner that we flew out. That's part of Learn Time Profit that won the contest last month. But one of the things that we wanted to, what's going on, Sergio? One of the things that we did today is, if you guys saw on Instagram, I posted that me and the TechBuds team are going to Shanghai, China. And I posted it because a lot of you guys are probably thinking like, holy crap, like that's such, sorry for my language if that's disturbing, but dang, like that's like a super crazy cool trip and stuff like that. Literally the flight there and back round trip, guess how much? $366 there and back. That's including taxes, including everything. Obviously we still have to book hotels and all that stuff, but there's, I think, 6 of us going and stuff like that. I love to empower people to not necessarily like have this like laptop lifestyle. You guys know I could care less about that, but to be able to like travel for like super cheap, right? To be frugal, but still be able to enjoy, the beautiful things in life. And that's really just it. That's why I shared it. I was going to make a video about it. You guys are much more connected to me than the people within Instagram and stuff like that. But yeah, it was nothing special. There's no like travel hack that I have, or that, Caleb always just looks for good deals. He always wants to go to Miami. He always wants to go to New York and stuff like that. He finds flights for like $100, $150. And instead of like maybe going out on the weekends here, then maybe we'll visit New York and stuff like that. And we take random little trips. Again, we do have the blessing of like being able like to have and utilize our time as we please. But other than that, like we don't spend money I don't think more aggressively than anybody else. I probably take these extravagant trips of the $366 maybe once every other month. And I think that's something that a lot of us could afford. So, yeah, I mean, that's really just it. I know that was a complete tangent, but some of you were asking about the China trip, and I just wanted you guys to know that it's super cheap. And that we're going to get a super cheap hotel and just try to spend the least money as possible. And again, that's dorky, and that's probably not very attractive for a lot of people, but it's attractive to me. I like, pinching every penny, and we like to have fun with it. So hope you guys are excited for the live stream tomorrow. For all those that just joined Learn Plan Profit, I'm excited to see you guys at Market Open. We'll see how everything else performs. I wish you guys an amazing Monday night. Continue working hard, continue following your dreams, let your passion be what drives your success. I really hope that I earned your thumbs up in this video, and I hope that we could kill it this 2019. If there's anything that I can do to better assist you, feel free to let me know. And again, all the links are down below to stay connected. Wish you guys the best. Thank you guys again, team.